an excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
Welcome back to Rogue Trader. I'm so excited that we're 2.0ing Tess's main story. Again, like, I can't even tell you how much I've missed playing this game. So I'm so ready to dive back in. If you are new here and you've never seen me play Rogue Trader, this is our second run of the full release version of the game. We did play the beta and one episode of the alpha way back in the day. But this is the haughty noble Tess run that I have been promising. Tess is 100% a noble. We're gonna roll with that. We're gonna be announced by Abelard all the times. She's gonna make some of the decisions that are very sweet Tess from the last run probably couldn't have made because she was a little too sweet for that. And with Lex Imperialis here, we are of course going to be getting Tess a pet. I once again went operative. We're gonna go operative sniper. And then we'll go into, I believe it's the overseer class or something like that. To pick up a pet. So I'm very excited for that. Yay, it'll be so good. I'm so happy that we're all back here. And if you've never checked out a Tessera von Valencius episode, I will link her original 2 playlists in the description of each of the episodes, so you can go ahead and go back and check it out. And if you would just like to know more about Lex Imperialis, I did post a few episodes of that. That is also in Tess's playlist. So if you just kind of want to see me just roll around, meet Solomorn and Glado, and just kind of experience all that, make sure you check out those episodes. But let's see, I know the intro of the game, or like the prologue, has been updated a bit since we played it on launch. There's more voice acting and stuff like that. So I'm super excited to see how this all feels with you. But Conrad is here. God, this man. This man. Okay, truly awe-inspiring. Frankly, in excess can be tiresome. All the ostentatious luxury, this laughable pretense, it's enough to make me think that the architects meant to compensate rather than glorify.
An interesting perspective. However, allow me to offer you a bit of advice.
Sure.
In the interests of your own well-being, you should frame your thoughts with greater piety. Demonstrating such a lack of care when choosing your words might be viewed by certain people as evidence of insufficient trepidation before the God Emperor, the master of humanity.
I do not show deference for things I don't believe in myself. You seem to attach much importance to words. Well, I have a fondness for names, and I have yet to hear yours.
My apologies. The statements you made were so intriguing that I forgot myself.
Yes, you did. Oh, hold on. Let me quickly. This should be it. There we go.
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voit, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship Rogue Trader Theodora von Valencius. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before.
Voitvir bows his head and focuses his attention on you. No, please. No. This is why we went with the noble origin. We had to. I didn't even know Tess's full name. God, your government name is so long. Duchess Tessera Eos Venera de Val Af Calix. You may call me Your Grace. Oh God, this is gonna be so good. This is literally everything I'd hoped for and more. This is just, we're starting off on the right foot. Your Grace.
My deepest respects to you, Your Grace.
Yep.
A noble of the Imperium. It's been a long time since Providence last brought such eminent guests aboard this vessel.
Voitvir smiles faintly, but you're not sure it's directed at you. By the way, last time Tess was Voidborn Sanctioned Psyker. This time we are Imperial World Noble. So those will be some of the differences that you'll see throughout this playthrough comparatively to the last one.
I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valencius, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with her ladyship. Bear it with honor.
She's always going to be your grace, though. Voitveer, don't even try. You have a curious title, though, Master of Whispers. What are your responsibilities?
To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencius. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others.
You say I'm one of the heirs. There's others?
There is. And you will meet him soon enough.
Lord no, why am I aboard this vessel?
So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader, indeed blessed by the God Emperor. Your former position may have been different from conventional service as part of one of the institutions of the Imperium, but from now on, a different fate awaits you. One chosen for you by the Lord Captain. I advise you to come to terms with this reality as quickly as possible.
I will say, having, recently, within, the last month or so, finishing Tessa's, original, full playthrough, and hearing somebody else be referred to as Lord Captain and it not be Tess is it's trippy. It's 100% trippy. Tess is the Lord Captain, not Auntie. I mean, Auntie, yeah, not for long. Okay, listen, Auntie, just things are you'll see in a minute. Tell me about the one whose ship I found myself.
I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back, especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. Suffice it to say that her ladyship is the bearer of the sacred warrant of trade and a woman of immense power and entitlement. However privileged your position may be, I ask that you do not incur her anger by being disrespectful or obtuse. Lady Theodora despises both qualities.
And yet you still live, Voitveer. You still get to live for the moment. Lord Captain, strange title.
Such are the traditions of the Imperium. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis, at the time when the first rogue traders entered the God Emperor's service, and therefore, it is sacrosanct.
Interesting. So here they're saying the Codex of Imperium Laws. So, in case you're curious, because the newest expansion is in fact called Lex Imperialis. I assume you had some goal in mind when you decided to seek me out. Let's address it.
But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora.
Have you?
I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many questions for you. It is regrettable that you haven't yet had an opportunity to speak. It has been an arduous voyage thus far.
I wonder why it's been arduous, Voitveer.
The Lord Captain and Master Edelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform. Let us join them there.
All right. We got Tess. We have a pistol. Tess, what do you have for a weapon? Oh my god, it's an empty inventory. All right, listen. I want you all to take a minute, okay? Like a really good long minute and look at her inventory. It's so beautiful, so clean, so empty. Now, in case you're curious about her stat sheet, because I did go ahead and just make her without you, because dear goodness, I can spend a minute in a character creator. I can't really show you much, but summary? No? Did we get the little sheet? What is this? This is a journal. Okay. Apparently not what I I forgot about that. Anywho, this is Tess. If you haven't met her yet, welcome. She is, like I said, noble born, from an imperial world, we're gonna, oh, here it is, right. Imperial World Noble, her triumph was feat of greatness. You had a rival noble's house reputation destroyed and the members exiled from the sector. Don't ask, okay? And then brand of shame is she is actually a bastard and illegitimate member of the family. That immediately turned his back on you. So, you know, that happened a little bit later in Tessa's life. Like, we didn't know in the beginning, and she still holds on to the fact that, you know, we don't talk about it. Okay, we just ignore it. We just move on. So that's her story. We are gonna go into Overseer, so then that way I think it's the Cyber Eagle she'll be able to get. If not a cyber, like, I would personally prefer Cyber Mastiff, but I don't think she'll be able to. So we'll see what we're able to get in the end. And then yeah, that's it. I think we're still gonna go Iconoclast though. Not gonna lie, I think I still like Iconoclast. We might throw in a few Dogmatic here and there. I don't think she's gonna go like pure one class. The one thing I do want to make sure we do this run though is the reputation system, because I was so bad at that last time, and that's embarrassing for all parties involved.
Follow my lead.
Like, me, the party that should be embarrassed. How good does it feel to be back? This is the, is this the table where we met Cabela? Oh no, I'm so excited to see how like Cabela fits in. Because I think I was told like way back when that there's also like little hints of the Bloodspun Web in chapter 1. So it'll be really interesting to see. Also, if you don't know, we will actually get to see the Lex Imperialis expansion kind of show its face a bit on Mercad Minoris when we do that in chapter 1. So I'm super excited to just kind of play all of this out from the beginning.
It's about time.
I'm really curious to see too how Cabela just fits in, like how her story, because we did it all in chapter 4 before. Ah, daughter, you're so good. So I changed her hair.
Valencia's trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
Yeah, I did change Tessa's hair this time, if you're curious. We can change, like, hairstyles now and stuff, like your appearance.
What's happening?
So midway through the game, I might change it back to the OG one, but for right now, this just fits her.
The servitors have gone berserk!
Death will find you soon enough!
Did you get new lines, Tessa von Valencius? Oh no. Did she? I don't remember her saying death will find you soon enough. What does he have? Does he have new gangster? Oh, God. Okay. Can I not? Okay. This.
Not a problem for me.
Nothing. Oh God, I missed your lines, Tess. Let's go. I'm like so used to Sniper Tess. This isn't Sniper Tess right now. I don't need cover.
My tactics are flawless.
Girl, everything about you is flawless. What is this user? A noble assigns an ally will become their servant. Oh, we got this
All
now.
too easy.
Yeah, you're a servant. I don't know what that does. Okay, now. You know we're making
Suits my
Mars
purposes.
servant. You missed, Tess. God. They missed too. Okay, good. Glad we're missing. Analyze. Joint analysis. Okay. We got stacks.
Already done.
How many? He got so many stacks, Tess. Do it. Yeah! That's it. All right, you're getting back there, girlfriend. Okay, you hit for 1 that time. Oh, no. Hey, it's coming for us. Can you actually do your job? Are you gonna actually shoot it? All right, I'm gonna back this up.
Never wavered in the face of adversity.
Otherwise, this dude's coming for me. Yeah, you.
Nothing I can't do.
Now this. You missed, Tessera. God. What I wouldn't kill for your sniping. Can you shoot him? What are you doing? Thank you.
Die!
Finally. I can scarcely believe it on a day
What
like this.
suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from advancing their plan.
Okay. This is a little too perfect, though. Without taking his eyes off the bodies on the floor, Voit removes the Voxcaster from his belt and speaks a few quick orders into the device. Spread out. No one's allowed to enter the premises stations.
I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
See how we, like, this, like, the maneuvers here are so good. I'm so happy. Okay. Now, anybody got loot? No. Okay.
Victory awaits.
Yes. What is crew members hard at work, bowing his head in fear and avoiding even looking at you. As they should, Your Grace. Her Grace. No, please, Tess. Down here. That's not Pascal. Literally, anybody in a tech priest coat. Pascal, is that you? I miss you. I'm so excited to pick him up.
That is simply irrational.
They have voice acting.
Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Says the man dressed in peculiar garb, his voice tight with tension. His face, half of which is covered by sin skin, is twisted in a grimace of displeasure and disbelief.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad?
The tall, gray-haired woman pins him with her gaze, her cybernetic eye flashing crimson. Auntie! Auntie! I missed you! Your first impressions of Edelthrad, who appears to be about 30 years old, is of parchment-like skin stretched over a tightly bundled mass of sinew, implants, and bone. The nervously twitching fingers, the face twisted by a slight tic, and the jerky movements are all signs of some illness or defect that has taken over his physical form. In stark contrast to Edelthrad, Theodora von Valencius's features appear as if they were carved from marble, eternal and indestructible. Head raised high, proud posture, hands clasped casually behind her back. Everything seems to emphasize the difference in status between her and Edelthrad. Next to the two of them, you see two more men. One is a gray-haired officer of impeccable bearing who is studying the contents of his data slate, and the other is a behemoth bristling with holsters and baldricks containing all manners of weapon.
Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
The dry female voice and the powerful feeling of being watched forces you to look at Theodora. The rogue trader is looking straight at you, and her gaze, like herself, is predatory and oppressive.
Consider this hypothetical situation.
All right.
Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Koronus Expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say, but attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure?
So those spirits could very well be natives' name for dangerous aliens. Verify is indeed the case, and if the population engages in Xeno worship, there are ways to confirm whether what is happening is witchcraft or not. It might cost several psychers to do so, but it'll give us an answer. Why should I concern myself with making this decision? No, girl. We can't be that kind of noble, Tessa. These reports of spirits certainly sound like evidence of heresy. However, I would put my interests first, no matter what that means. I would have to, no matter what, the riches would be mine. Must be part. No. Oh, I don't think we did this before. No. Sounds like evidence of heresy. However, I put my interest first.
Yes. Now I see the blood of the dynasty in your veins. Greed disguised as pride and vanity. What say you to that, Edelthrud? There is an answer that is quite different from yours, isn't it?
Theodora smiles ever so. Oh my God, we made Auntie happy. Auntie is happy. So we said we would that Auntie is. I don't know whether I'm happy with that or terrified.
Perhaps I have not yet acquainted myself with all the intricacies of serving on the frontier. But my loyalty to the God Emperor forbids even a shadow of such thoughts. Heresy, whatever form it might take, must be exterminated. And there can be no place for base ambitions. I know his tenets well, unlike our new acquaintance.
I gave a straight answer to a simple question, which, as I understand, was still more than you could do, Edelthrad. Or, we're both servants of the God Emperor and Lady Theodora. Does it become any of our status to engage in petty feuds? I find your tone most disagreeable, Edelthrad. You'll kindly alter the manner in which you address me, or else you'll live to regret the consequences. Oh. Yeah.
Well, I find your company disagreeable, and yet I'm forced to endure such.
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
Edelthrad bows ceremoniously and takes his leave without sparing you another look. He does not like us.
So, why are you here?
Theodora's gaze follows him as he leaves. She turns to you. There are questions I wish to have answered.
You are direct. I approve. But you will have to wait. There is something I want you to understand first. My name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity. And my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death and ruin to us all. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon, resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of lives, rule over numerous planets, and possess fortunes that no planetary governor or commander could dream of amassing. And you are one of those with von Valancius blood in their veins and a rightful claim to this inheritance when the hour comes.
I do like it that Auntie is, like, throwing about her wealth here. Like, that's what she does. Okay? Her wealth means more to her than you could imagine, I feel like, is what you're learning at this one juncture. Does that mean that there are others?
Naturally. Some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his shoulders. However, I have a good feeling about him as a candidate.
Yeah, about that.
Blood right alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Conrad Voit served me for many years before he made his mistake.
Did I hear that correctly? The Master of Whispers is related to you?
His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking, can be considered my heir. That door, however, is closed to him. Voitvir's performance in his current role is satisfactory. Or it used to be, at least.
It's so interesting how she's tearing him down, like, right in front of us like this. You can see why what happened. If you're satisfied with Edeltrad, then what sense is there having this conversation?
Impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. They are not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. Even if I do choose Edeltrad as my successor, I will still require loyal advisors. The skills and knowledge you acquired in your former life may prove invaluable here, in the Koronus Expanse.
One thing I've always liked is how she says here, she's always liked impatient people. They're not as quick to resign themselves to circumstance and more eager to show initiative. So, like, when you're impatient, you don't just necessarily let things happen to you. Like, you're so impatient that you're going to make things happen no matter what, which can get you into a world of shit, as we've seen time and time again in, like, this game. But it is interesting that that is what she's seeing as a positive attribute of yours, because, I mean, she brings up a really good point.
Your noble descent is a sign that power lives in your very flesh and blood. You would never doubt your words or actions. Never show weakness. Never let an involuntary gesture or a careless word betray your fears or agitation. At least, if your upbringing was as thorough as mine was in my time. Many will grovel at your feet. Governors, commanders, highborn navigators, conceited lords. And you cannot allow them to sense weakness in the one who stands above them.
Interesting. I haven't heard this one yet. Like, your words and never show weakness, never let involuntary gestures or betray your fears or agitation. So, like, basically, because you are noble born, because you went down this road already, she is assuming that you've got what it takes. You've got the training to keep it all close to the vest. Like, there is no way, shape, or form that if you were trained correctly on being a noble, you would let anything show, right? Anybody says something that bothers you, they're not going to know. They're not going to know. They'll be dead before they know, kind of thing.
Moreover, your courage has made you far more famous than you yourself probably realize. True feats of heroism will forever live on in the annals of the Imperium and bring honor to the von Valancius line.
Wait, courage? Words of your great past deed. Yes, where Tessa got a family booted out. Yes, very, very courageous indeed. Thank you. Can I ask questions?